A month. That's all I've got. Fashion week is creeping closer, and I really need to get my butt into gear. Butt into gear if I want to be able to finish my collection in time. I've got all the material I need. Now I simply have to construct it. Okay. What I was gonna say is, I actually looked up what the plus content is. I think. No. Yes. No. Fuck. Okay. I can't actually say this with complete authority, but I think the plus content stops you from having to do the fashion segment. I think. Because I looked all this stuff up because I wanted to know if I could actually record and upload the plus content. I can't. So I'll get around. I'll deal with that when it comes. But yeah. So yeah, whatever. Right. Right. I don't know if I read that. Okay. I throw myself into my work, tending the boutique during the day and working on my designs at night. I've barely got any time to do anything else. A week passes by in the blink of an eye. Sarah is coming over today as she promised to help out. I didn't expect for Kevin to tag along as well. Damn, they're a real pair now. Hey, Sarah greets me. Oh damn, I didn't close my window. Whatever. Hello, Valkii. I hope you don't mind I came as well. I shake my head. No, not at all. When I told him I was going to help you out with your designs, Kevin suggested he come too since he knows how to sew. Kevin rubs the back of his neck and flashes me a timid smile. I major in fashion, so why not, right? I break out into a big grin. Thank you. Having some extra hands would really help me out. Sarah pumps her fist into the air. Alright, show me what I can do. I give Sarah the task of cutting some of the patterns, whereas Kevin gets to sew the parts together using my sewing machine. This looks like nothing to me, Sarah says, a little confused as she holds up a piece of transparent paper. While you're cutting out patterns, the shapes that will make up the dress, I explain. And I'm sewing them together, Kevin pitches in. Right, once Kevin's got it all sewed up, I can make corrections. Then I can cut it out of the real fabric. Aha, so you're making some sort of mock-up, she asks. Sort of, yeah, it's kind of like a blueprint. Gotcha. I think it's really cool. The sketches looked great so far, says Kevin. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you're helping me today. There's so much I have to do within a month. I sigh deeply as I pin one of the patterns up on the mannequin. Not to mention I've got to hire models. But that's the fun part, Sarah chuckles. Maybe for you, but for me it's an exhausting process. Some of them can be a pain to deal with. Have you got any specific models in mind? Asks Kevin. Not at all. I don't have that kind of money. I'm forced to go with amateurs. You could always ask Kevin to model for you, says Sarah with a wink. Huh? Kevin looks up from the sewing machine. You're tall, kinda lanky. I'm sure you'd look good in a dress. I can't help but laugh as Kevin starts stuttering. I'd rather just stick to watching. Sarah walks over to Kevin and throws a piece of fabric around his shoulders, tying it up like a scarf. See, you'd be a good model, she jokes. I could get my makeup, I suggest. Kevin's eyes start to widen. But... My phone beeps with a message and I grab it from the desk to check. Sarah continues to tease Kevin in the background as I check my message. It's from CAINE. Ooh. Still busy with work? Yep. Sarah and Kevin came over to help out though. They're there right now? Why? Want to come over? After that, I don't get a response from CAINE anymore. Bummer. I haven't seen him all week, though we've kept in contact with each other through text. I really want him to start using SnapPic, though. The app where you can snap selfies and they disappear after a couple of seconds. I miss seeing him. When I put my phone down again, I see Sarah messing around with Kevin, holding both of his wrists and trying to wrestle him out of the chair. Valkii, help, he cries out when he makes eye contact with me. I giggle in response. Sarah, try not to ravish Kevin in my boutique, please. Sarah releases Kevin with a whine. Party pooper. Kevin just looks at me with thankful eyes. Everyone gets back to work. With two people giving me a hand, things are proceeding much more smoothly. Kevin managed to actually stitch together one of the muslin, I don't know, dresses, which means I can actually start transferring it over to the real fabric. You know you've heard a word, but not enough that it's like imprinted on your brain? That's what that word is for me. I pick up a roll of the dark velvet that I bought and start measuring out the pieces. I'm distracted by another chime on my phone. Open up. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, I don't know what I said. Immediately I look up from my phone. He's here. I quickly rush to the front of my boutique. The door chimes as CAINE enters. What are you doing here? I ask, completely surprised he came over. Don't you have work as well? Nah, I traded my shift with someone else. I'm free. CAINE stuffs his hands into his pockets, trying to appear cool and aloof. Did you really want to see me that bad? I grin at him. CAINE nervously turns away from me. I didn't trade my shift to see you specifically, he denies. I just wanted a day off, that's all. Aw, come on, you wanted to see me, admit it. I tease him. He pouts at me, stupid. And I encourage him. Fine, I did. You happy now? Jeez, I just wanted to help you out too, he grumbles. I giggle at his adorableness. Well, there's a lot of work you could help me with, that's for sure. I start walking towards the back room, and CAINE quickly catches up to me. I don't know much about clothes, but I don't mind helping you out with some stuff. Oh, thanks, CAINE, that means a lot. I'm so happy everyone is lending a hand. I could easily finish my work on my own, but everyone is so eager to offer their help, and I'm really happy CAINE is here too. I guide CAINE to my workroom. The scene in front of me makes me freeze up. CAINE stands next to me, wondering why I stopped walking. Then he sees it as well. Kevin is on the floor with Sarah on top of him. She's holding a measuring tape. In fact, she's using it to tie his wrists. They both stare at me with wide eyes like deer caught in headlights. What the fu- I can't help but gasp out loud, cutting off CAINE's swearing. This isn't what it looks like, Sarah starts. Wow, Kevin tries to hide his red face but can't do much when Sarah is on top and constraining his wrists. CAINE looks repulsed. The hell is going on in here? He demands to know. Sarah, I told you not to ravish him in my boutique. I'm not, she denies. No one in the room believes that. I was just trying to get his measurements, she says with a confident tone. I want to die, Kevin whimpers. Are you trying to see which size handcuffs you should get? CAINE scoffs at her. Sarah genuinely thinks that one over for a second. Sarah, I chastise her. What? Don't look at me. It's Kevin's fault. He tripped over the tape. That's the same excuse they use in porn, CAINE points out. Why'd you know that? I turn red at his comment. Kevin looks even worse off. Please, Sarah, could you get off me now? Kevin murmurs. Alright, fine. Sarah finally lifts herself up from Kevin. Kevin awkwardly slinks away like a worm, crawling behind my crafting table and hiding from the rest of us. Oh, come on, don't be like that, says Sarah with a sigh. I'm so embarrassed. We're in Valky's boutique, says Kevin timidly. CAINE turns to me. When you said those goons were helping you out, is this what you actually meant? What? No, of course not, I say a little flustered. CAINE walks around the crafting table, facing Kevin, who is still slumped down and having a midlife crisis. You're so whipped, CAINE says smugly. Kevin groans out loud. Cheerfully, Sarah just points at the patterns on the table. Look, I finished it at least. I shake my head at her in disapproval. Come on, CAINE, I'll show you what you can do. As I teach CAINE some tricks so he can help me out, eventually we're all hard at work prepping my designs. It's mostly just the pattern work, but I'm so glad they're here. Despite the earlier mishap, the atmosphere is friendly and casual. CAINE is a stark contrast from the first time we all met up together at karaoke. Right now, he's actually having a conversation with Kevin. Hey, Valkii? CAINE tries to get my attention. Yeah, what's wrong? Can't figure out the patterns. Nah, I was just thinking, why not shape it like this so you can save on some fabric? CAINE draws a figure on top of the muslin fabric. I shake my head. CAINE doesn't have to go that far to help out. He only needs to follow my instructions. I'm good. I've already got everything planned out. No need to worry about saving fabric. He stares at me for a little, giving me an odd look. Then he shrugs and takes a step back. Alright, it was just a suggestion. Soon enough, he's back at work. After a couple of hours, though, everyone is tired and ready to go home. The place is a mess, but I can clean it up by myself. Thank you so much for helping out. I'm ahead of schedule now thanks to you guys. No problem. I just want to see those designs coming down the catwalk, says Sarah with a huge smile. I didn't mind. It was definitely a learning experience for me, Kevin mentions. CAINE quietly stands near my computer. He doesn't look like he's getting ready to leave. Anyways, I'm hungry. I really need to eat something, Sarah sighs loudly. Why don't I treat you to dinner? Kevin suggests. Oh, bold move, Kevin. How could I let a poor student treat me to dinner? Sarah feigns shock. I'll pay for my share, deal? Kevin simply smiles at her. Alright. We'll let ourselves out. Sarah winks at me. Sure, enjoy your dinner, guys. The both of them exit my workroom and eventually leave the boutique. It's just me and CAINE. I sigh as I look at the floor. There's scraps of muslin and paper everywhere. I take out a broom from the closet and start sweeping the place. Wordlessly, CAINE starts gathering some of the supplies and storing them away. I want to ask him if he's planning on going home, but I rather like that he's still here. It feels like our date was ages ago. I throw away the trash and store the broom back in the closet. CAINE picks up the measuring tape left on the crafting table. His cyan eyes meet mine. A silence stretches between us as we both think back to that moment with Sarah and Kevin. We burst out into laughter. I can't believe what Sarah was doing to the poor guy, I say. Poor? It looked like he was enjoying it from where I was standing. I shudder to think what would have happened if we walked in a little later. I can tell you exactly what would have happened. I quickly wave my hands around. No, I don't want to hear it. CAINE simply laughs again at my reaction. By the way, it was cool to see you working like this. Me? I asked, confused. Who else? Kevin. CAINE scoffs. Of course I was looking at you. Whoa, my heart rate is rapidly increasing. He boldly claimed he was looking at me. Oh no, the music stopped. Realizing what he said, CAINE awkwardly looks away, turning a little red. I mean, no, I wasn't looking at you, he suddenly denies. How typical of CAINE. Never being honest with himself. He's like a grouchy cat that wants attention from his owner, but then scratches them when they get when they get pet. It's so cute. I giggle to myself. CAINE stops talking. What? Did I say something funny? I shake my head. No, I was just thinking you were kind of cute. Huh? CAINE looks perplexed. Cute? Yes, you're always quick to deny anything that makes you embarrassed. He growls at me. I do not. Oh, he's flustered. That makes him even cuter. Before I can hold myself back, I'm pinching CAINE's cheek. Ow, what are you doing? He snaps at me. I can't help it. Stop being so adorable, is my flimsy excuse. I'm not. I shake his cheek a bit just to torture him a little while longer. Let go, he cries out in despair. CAINE eventually tears himself away from my devilish fingers, rubbing his cheek as if I offended him deeply. He glares at me in such a pitiful way I can't help but laugh at him. Stop laughing. Haha, why? I can't control my laughter all of a sudden. Because, he replies most intelligently. He stomps his foot on the ground like a petulant child. Or else. What are you gonna do? Make me laugh even more? I taunt him. CAINE doesn't like the fact that I'm laughing in his face, so more and more he narrows his eyes at me. Then he places the palm on his hand on my chest and pushes me over so that I stumble backwards against the table. In a second, CAINE is hovering over my body, planting a hand on the edge of the table, trapping me. Oh, I'm so scared. You pushed me up against a table, I mock him. You should be scared, he says in this menacing tone. Again, what are you gonna do? I look him in the eye, challenging him. My stomach fills up to the brim with butterflies. I'm gonna kiss you. Then shut up and kiss me, you fool. I don't know who moves first, but our lips smash together. Oh, here we go again. Our lips smash together. Our lips smashed against each other, erupting a spark of fireworks inside me. My eyelids close in response. I sigh against CAINE's lush lips. They're so moist and hot. Who am I kidding? I've been longing for this. I wrap my arms around his neck to pull him closer. I want to feel his body against mine. CAINE positions himself better so that one hand braces himself against the table and the other tangles itself within my hair, scraping against the nape of my neck. It gives me a pleasurable tingle all over. CAINE moves his lips in sync with mine. We keep pulling back the slightest bit just to meet each other again halfway. He plants a short burst of kisses on me. It's rough and without finesse. We both part to take in a deep and raspy breath. I open my eyes to see CAINE staring at me with half closed and a red face. Eyes, whatever. I'm so weak to that look. He licks his lips. That's what you get for calling me cute. Are you saying I should call you cute more often or not? I decide to ask. If that's all it takes to get CAINE to kiss me, I'll purchase a thesaurus and call him every imaginable synonym to the word cute in the world. My knees feel all wobbly with CAINE this close to me and my brain going, kiss him, kiss him, kiss him. Shut up, brain. CAINE averts his eyes and pauses for a small moment. He knocks his forehead against mine, closing his eyes with a sigh. Well, if he's not going to say anything, I will. I think you're very cute, CAINE, I whisper softly. There's not much time to react. All I see is a wave of red hair in my face, and suddenly he practically crawls on top of me. CAINE only takes a second to gaze into my eyes, but it feels like the longest second of my life staring into those cyan orbs. I'm left gasping when CAINE lowers down his face and captures my lips with his. I respond to his touch, closing my eyes and pushing back against his lips, a sense of urgency and passion building up inside of me. CAINE is rough with his touch, not being gentle with my lips as he ravishes them, sucks on them, drags them down with his teeth. His teeth! And yet I shiver at everything he does. I can't find fault with him. I respond in kind, being just as harsh with my movements as he is. Our lips angrily slide across one another until they feel raw. CAINE's body writhes and squirms against mine, heightening my senses. As CAINE starts to nibble on my bottom lip, he draws out a loud and low groan for me. It feels good. I finally free one of my hands from his grip and plunge it into his soft hair, raking my fingers across his scalp and pushing him closer until our teeth painfully collide. I need to look at the plus content. I finally free one of my hands from his grip and I plunge it into his soft hair, raking my fingers across his scalp and pushing him closer until our teeth painfully collide. But that doesn't stop us, not one bit. I've been wanting this so bad, no way in hell am I going to stop now. CAINE nips at my lips. The sting hurts, yet feels so pleasurable at the moment. I retaliate by scratching the back of his head with my nails. This causes CAINE to release a low moan from his throat. It vibrates throughout my body. Again, do it again. CAINE finally gives my... Oh, Jesus Christ. Cain finally gives my lips a break from all the gnawing, and this time he touches them with his wet and hot tongue. He trails the grooves and edges of my lips, teasing me by going at a deliberate, slower pace than before. I hook up my thigh in between Cain's legs, causing my body to shift forwards and his tongue to slip into my open mouth, where I'm ready and waiting for him. Our smoldering hot tongues connect. Can you tell? This is just weird for me to read out loud. And I don't know whose gasp it is that I hear ringing in my ears. Could be both of us. I don't know. My body is shivering at the electricity that's being generated as Cain's tongue trolls against mine. It's so hard to breathe. I push Cain's tongue back with full force and enter his own hot mouth, where we dance around, causing sparks to fly. Cain moans right into my mouth. Oh god, that's so hot. Make more of those sounds. Using both arms, I embrace him completely, and I arch my back into his body, wanting to feel all of him against me. His body is like a warm and heavy blanket that I don't ever want to remove. Cain grinds his hips into me. I can feel him push my knee down as his hand slips underneath my skirt. Oh no. I might need to like pause and then, I don't know, we'll see. His touch feels too electrifying, and buzzing everywhere he makes contact with my skin. His fingers rest on the inside of my thigh, then he plunges his tongue into my mouth, making me unable to do anything besides respond and meet him halfway. I dig my fingers into his back. I want nothing more than to continue this, to escalate. I want Cain. Cain's tongue slips out of my mouth, taking away all his heat with him. My eyes fly open to look at him. He's full of lust and wanton, and his gaze is directed at me. It's exactly like that night in the cabin, and I'm filled with an even bigger desire to have him right now. Cain tears his eyes away from me, and then uses the hand on my cheek to flick his thumb against my lips. I turn my head a little to kiss it. With my neck now exposed, Cain dives in. Why does this feel like it's escalating? Does it feel like they're spreading a fever across my body when he plants them on the side of my sensitive neck? I writhe beneath him, biting down on my lip and squeezing my eyes shut as Cain sucks on the patch of skin there. A moan escapes from my mouth. I thrash about and oh, here we go. The thing that makes the scene stop. I thrash about and accidentally manage to kick the box of supplies on the table, making it fly off. The box collides against a mannequin, which topples over. Cain quickly pulls me off the table, crushing me against his chest as the mannequin flops down on the spot where I was lying only a second ago, and then rolls off towards the ground. I'm panting against his chest. My heart is going out of control. Oh wait, that's not my heart, that's Cain's. I can hear it thump like mad. You okay? He asks breathlessly. Yeah, I think so. I push myself away from Cain, shaken up by our sudden interruption. I check on the mannequin, which had my designs pinned on it. Oh no, I cry out. Some of the muslin patterns have fallen off. Cain inspects the damage as well. Is it ruined? I shake my head. No, nothing is torn. I just need to pin it back up. I spent so much time getting it just right, though. I'll have to do it all over again. Bashfully, Cain looks down at his feet. Sorry, he mumbles. It's okay, it wasn't your fault. Though maybe having Cain around my work isn't such a good idea. Things can get heated between us, and I'd rather not have sharp objects lying around when it does. Do you need help fixing it? He asks. No, I'm good. I'll do it myself. I think we should probably call it a night, though. You need to eat as well. Cain scratches his nose. I'll be more careful next time. Hearing him say that there will be a next time gets my face all flushed again. I smile at him. Sure. Let me walk you to the door. Yeah, sounds good. I finally say goodnight to Cain and he leaves the boutique. Wow, it's only been 18 minutes. Crazy. We'll just continue. During the week, an unlikely guest enters my boutique. Long black hair enters my field of vision, and I recognize who it is immediately, Chelsea. Oh, it's you, she says as soon as our eyes meet. Hello, I greet her politely. I didn't know you worked here. I can't help but chuckle. I'm the owner of Olympus. Chelsea looks a little surprised. Huh, is that so? Then do you make your own clothes? Yep, I have a collection of my own clothes as well. They're in that corner of there, I say, pointing at the front of the boutique. Chelsea inspects one of the mannequins on display. She doesn't appear to be coming over here just to trash my designs. That dress you wore at the reunion, you made that one as well? I nod my head. That's right, I did. I made both of our outfits, me and Cain's. Well, colour me impressed. I feel myself glow with pride. By the way, I never got your name, she mumbles. Oh, that's right. I'm Valkii. Nice to meet you. I guess starting off on the wrong foot meant I never got to introduce myself to her. We're sort of amicable towards each other now. How are you doing lately? I finally ask. Chelsea shuffles on the spot, looking a little uncomfortable. Not all that great, to be honest, she admits. I'm sorry to hear that. You can always reach out to me if you need any help. I promise I won't say a word to Thomas. She smiles at me with a forlorn look. Thanks, I appreciate that, but I'll be okay. I wonder what's making her so uncomfortable. I can only imagine it has something to do with her relationship with Thomas. Her behaviour about not informing him of her miscarriage was very telling. Maybe I can cheer her up or give her a distraction from her hectic love troubles. Are you into fashion? I ask. Of course, I even run a fashion blog, you know. Perfect. Would you be interested in a ticket to Fashion Week here in CAINE next month? She raises her eyebrows at me. Fashion Week? I'll be participating, but there will be a bunch of other designers coming to show off their work. It's basically for the entire week, but I'll be showing my collection on August 19th. I smile at her. I can give you a discount on the ticket. Actually, that does sound rather interesting. Would you like to come? I'll have to check my schedule. Do you think you can get me 2 tickets with a discount then? Of course, no problem. Just give me your number and I'll let you know. We exchange contact information. It feels a little weird to have the number of CAINE's former crush and bully in my phone, but she doesn't seem to be that bad of a person. Eventually, Chelsea leaves without buying anything. She said she'd reach out to me if she knows she'll be attending that day or not. I wonder how well that will go over with CAINE. Taking out my cell phone, I text CAINE. Guess who came over today? As always, CAINE's reply is almost instant. It's like he never has anything important to do. Who? Kevin again? Chelsea was in my boutique. Really? Did she find out where you work? No, I think it's a coincidence that she walked into Olympus. Small world. Did she try to pick a fight with you? She was surprisingly pleasant. I even invited her over for Fashion Week. The hell? Why would you invite Chelsea? I don't know, because I'm nice, I guess? It's not the end of the world. I don't really want to interact with her. Well, you don't have to. You're coming to see me, not her. Yeah, you're the one I want to see. Finally admitting it, huh? Shut up. Just tell me when I'm getting my ticket already. Should be in the mail tomorrow. Want to pick it up? I have to work late, though. That's alright. I'll wait for you. Okay, then I'll see you tomorrow. I grin to myself as I put my phone away, happy to know CAINE will be coming over. The tickets I ordered for everyone should be arriving tomorrow, including the ones for Sarah and Kevin. If Kelsey lets me know ASAP whether or not she's coming, I can get her tickets in time too. Slaving away at my Okay, I was reading that wrong. Slaving away at my collection is slowly taking its toll. I'm tired, exhausted, and all I want to do is lie on the floor and be a potato. But there's not much time left. It's already August. I've got to finish this in time. Currently, I'm working on a galactic jellyfish dress. It's inspired by the evening I spent at the beach watching the Milky Way with CAINE. Valkii, you in here? I suddenly hear someone call out. I've been so absorbed in my work, I didn't even notice the door chimes going off. The door opens and CAINE walks in. You left the front door open, he gestures towards the entrance. Yeah, I know, I was expecting you. CAINE walks towards my crafting table and places a plastic bag on top. He looks a little annoyed. You really don't check your phone often, do you? Huh? Why's that? CAINE flashes me his cell phone, showing me the conversation between me and him. Apparently, he's been sending me a bunch of messages asking me whether I was still working or went to bed or if I had eaten already, etc. I was so focused on work, I didn't even hear my phone going off. Wait, I smell something. I brought some food. CAINE stores away his phone and then takes out a couple of dinner meals from the bag. They're from Boon Mart. Seeing my surprised look, CAINE quickly goes to explain. I told you before, didn't I? I get a discount on them. Figured I might as well take them with me after work. I see some nice fried rice, stir-fried vegetables, and a breaded piece of deep-fried chicken. My mouth is watering already. I am pretty hungry. You got it for me? I ask, feeling touched CAINE was thinking about my well-being. Bashfully, he turns his face away, focusing instead on taking off the plastic lid from the dinner box. Well, you seemed busy. You hungry? I eagerly reach for the box with greedy hands. Yes. CAINE quickly swipes away the box and holds it out of my reach. He smirks at me. Hey now, shouldn't you at least thank me before digging in like a pig? I pout at him. Don't be cruel, dangling food in front of me while my stomach is waging an epic battle against my starvation. Thanks, didn't need that visual. CAINE grimaces at me disapprovingly. Well, don't torture me, I plead. I don't hear the magic words, CAINE says in a sing-song voice. Please, Prince Shrimp. Prince Shrimp? He repeats incredulously. Everything looks like food to me now. I try to take the box from CAINE's hand. He dodges my attack. That doesn't mean I'm a snack, he huffs. I cock my head to the side, staring at him with innocent eyes. What do you mean? You're totally something I want to sink my teeth into. Stunned at my choice of words, CAINE lets go of the box in his hand, dropping it on my table. His face is rapidly changing colour. Dominant, by the way. I snatch the box away from him before he can react. Score, I cheer loudly. Grabbing a plastic fork from inside the plastic bag, I finally dig into my dinner. Oh, sweet heaven, just what I needed. I moan in satisfaction as I swallow a piece of the chicken. CAINE runs a hand through his hair, looking down at the table with a defeated expression. I'm not a shrimp, CAINE mutters weakly under his breath as he grabs the other dinner box from the bag. Together we eat our dinners in a comfortable silence. I lean back and crack my neck. Ah, that's just what I needed. Damn, you finished so fast. CAINE looks almost impressed. He's still finishing up his meal. Well, I awkwardly rubbed my nose. I didn't realize I was this hungry until you showed up. It's good to take breaks, you know? Don't just drop dead because you forgot to eat like an idiot. I grin at him. Are you worried about me? So what if I am? He fires back defiantly. I clamp my mouth shut, not expecting such a brutally honest reply. Suddenly, I don't know how to react anymore. CAINE pokes at his food with his fork and a pout on his lips. I don't like it when you don't reply, he mumbles. Realizing he's talking about not answering his messages, I feel my heart cry out in guilt. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't respond. I was just really busy working on my collection. CAINE gives a good look around the room. There's a few mannequins with dresses that are almost finished. Unable to contain my excitement and wondering what CAINE thinks of my work, I quickly hop over to one of the mannequins. So, what do you think? I ask. CAINE takes his time to inspect the designs. I like that one a lot, he says as he points his fork at the galactic jellyfish dress. Oh, this one is my favourite. It's going to be my closing piece, I say eagerly. It's not finished, right? Not yet. Why? Ah, that's why the shoulder still looks like that. I look at the dress, which has an asymmetric neckline. The neckline is decorated with organza ruffles going up the shoulder. Actually, the neckline is done, I explain. See, the ruffles are meant to look like jellyfish. CAINE's head falls to the side as he raises one eyebrow in question. I don't see it. It just looks unfinished to me. I huff. Well, it'll look better when the whole dress is completed. CAINE shrugs his shoulders at me. What about that one then? He gestures to my other dress. Oh, also a work in progress. What's it supposed to be? This one is inspired by the design of a killer whale, with black and white swirls showing throughout the designs. CAINE scratches his cheek. It kinda doesn't look like it belongs with the rest. Huh? What do you mean? You don't like it? No, it looks good. It's just that the others so far have this star theme going on. This one is just black and white stuff. It's too, modern. Feeling like he's attacking my design choices, you know, I go right into combat mode. I can't help but explain my reasoning. In combat mode. Well, in fashion, you've got a general theme, but there will always be pieces in a collection that stand out from the rest. I don't need to literally use stars for everything. I didn't say you had to cover it in stars, CAINE grunts in an annoyed tone. Yeah, well, that's what it sounded like to me. I know what I'm doing, I reply. Are you always this difficult? CAINE groans out loud. Difficult? I'm just commenting on your work. You don't need to comment on what's finished, I reply childishly. CAINE throws his hands up in the air. You just asked for my opinion. You're impossible. I fold my arms across my chest, feeling insulted. Yeah, well, I didn't ask for those kind of comments. I'm the designer here, not you. Damn, okay, we're in the wrong here, like, kind of. CAINE glares at me. Fine, I'm out. Peace. Peace. CAINE quickly dashes out of the workroom. Fine! I yell after him out of spite. CAINE doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm the fashion designer with a degree. I don't need to listen to his opinions. They're wrong anyway. I huff and puff and decide to clean up, unable to calm down. That's also when I realize I didn't get the chance to give CAINE the ticket to the show. Well, at the moment, I don't care. While I lay awake in bed, CAINE's comments haunt my thoughts. Can this combat music go away? Yes, I'm making a star-themed collection. No, that doesn't mean I can't make one or two pieces that don't look like they belong. You see this all the time in fashion. I grit my teeth. They do belong. The killer whale dress totally fits in this collection. I writhe and turn in bed all night long. There we go. Is it raining? In the morning, I get startled awake by a message on my phone. When I check who it is, I can't deny the disappointment I feel when I see that it isn't CAINE. In fact, it's Chelsea. Can I still get a ticket for Fashion Week? I only need one. I take a small moment to fully wake up before I reply. Yeah, no problem. So you'll be going alone? Just me, yes. Don't worry, you won't be seeing Thomas around. We are officially through. Good. That's surprising, but great to hear. I'll order the ticket and get back to you soon, okay? Sure thing. I sleepily look out the window. It's raining. What a great way to start this day. Hey, it kinda is. At the end of the day, after I close up shop, I start working on my collection again. CAINE's comments are still running through my mind. I'm starting to doubt my own work. Looking at the killer whale-inspired dress, I just feel like ripping it apart and starting all over again. Ugh, I hate feeling this way. Valkii, you here? I hear a faint voice call out my name. Ah, that must be Kevin. I asked Sarah and Kevin if they'd help out again, but Sarah was feeling a little under the weather, so it's just Kevin and me today. Could have been Kevin and CAINE, but that little prick hasn't texted me all day. To be fair, I haven't either. That old thing. You didn't bring an umbrella? Kevin finally enters the room. He looks soaked. Hey there, the door was unlocked, so I figured I should let myself in. Oh no, I didn't realize it was raining that much. Are you okay? Do you need a towel? I ask, concerned. Kevin chuckles a bit awkwardly. No, that's okay. I did ruin my hairstyle, but I'll live. You look better like this, so... Kevin sees the designs I've made so far and his eyes widen in surprise. Wow, you've made a lot of progress since the last time I was here. I clasp my hands together in excitement and eagerly show off show off the jellyfish dress. I know, I've been working so many nights in a row. Look, this one is my favourite. That one looks amazing, even better than the sketch, Kevin compliments me with a smile. Ah, see, designers know what they're talking about. They recognise good taste. I think you're getting a bit ahead of yourself there. I feel like a complaint is coming up, or a comment that you're not going to like is coming up. I don't need to take CAINE's words to heart. The ruffles are a little overwhelming though, aren't they? Are you going to trim them? And just like that, I feel my heart drop it to the pit of my stomach. Really? You too? I grumble. Kevin looks taken aback by my sudden change in attitude. Too? He repeats. CAINE said the same thing, I sigh out loud. I locate my chair and sit down, slumping my back against it for support. Well, I mean, it's still a work in progress. Many things can change before you're finally done with it, Kevin adds nervously. Except I was finished with the neckline. Does it really look that awful? I ask in a small voice. No, of course not. I just think that the bottom of the skirt is already very full. Having the top part also scream for attention with the ruffles is making the design feel imbalanced. Kevin rubs the back of his neck, looking a little anxious. But I'm still just a student, though. I'm not trying to undermine your professionalism. I clench my hands into fists, then look up at my proud piece. I know what I wanted to make and how it should look. It's exactly like how I imagined it to be. Does it really need tweaking? I mean, I don't have to listen to everyone's critique, otherwise I'm making clothes for them and not me. And I'm doing it again. I'm making excuses. I'm deflecting. I bury my face into my hands with another loud sigh. What's wrong? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult your work. Kevin apologizes meekly. No, you're not insulting. What you're saying makes sense, I reassure him. Kevin smiles awkwardly at me, probably feeling a little uncomfortable right now. I have a really hard time taking criticism of my work, I admit begrudgingly. Ah, I see. He looks to the side. I kinda noticed. I suddenly found my cheeks burning with a blush from embarrassment. Was it that obvious? Am I really that rigid, unchanging, stubborn? Ugh, all the stuff people used to make fun of me for is floating back. But you know, I think all of us are like that somewhat. We just want to protect our creations, so I can understand feeling defensive after someone comments on it negatively, he explains. Sometimes you just need to take a step back, take a deep breath and let it sit for a while, then try another day with a new perspective. There's such a sweet smile on his face, I can't help but feel more relaxed and actually take his advice to heart. Take a deep breath and step back, I repeat. That's something I could have done with that client, when that client didn't like the colours of that blouse. Oh, and CAINE mentioned my killer whale dress not fitting in with the rest of the collection. If I had just taken a step back and not let it get to me, I wouldn't be chasing them out of my boutique. I've suddenly acquired a new admiration for Kevin. My first impression of him was that he was meek and a little naive. I didn't expect him to be this mature. Who knew he was actually hiding all that sage advice under his innocent exterior? I can't believe I once suspected him of being that troll on Daisy Dots. There's no way he could write those awful words to me. Kevin is practically a saint. Yeah, you're right. You're kind of wise, did you know that? Kevin jerks upright, looking embarrassed about the compliment. Me? Wise? He squeaks. And that's why I need to, close my window. You're mistaken, I'm still just a student, he mumbles. I can't help but laugh at him, reserved and humble, but actually pretty smart. No wonder Sarah likes you. That makes Kevin's face explode with a burning blush. Aw, how adorable. Like me? He repeats in an astonished voice. Oh, are you blushing? I tease him. No, he denies, trying to hide his face. Do you like Sarah? I ask him, enjoying his reaction. Kevin ends up freezing on the spot, not budging an inch. Seems like he can't even deny it at this point. Why would he? Is it that obvious? He asks instead. I grin at him. A little. But Sarah likes you too, you know. She does. She banged you, so yeah. Well, if you want to know more, you should definitely ask Sarah about it, not me, I say with a wink. Right, you make a fair point. So, shall we start a little work? I ask. Yes. As I show Kevin what he can do to help out, in the back of my mind, I can't stop thinking about CAINE. I snapped at him when he was only offering his opinion, that I asked for, no less. I behaved so childishly. I really need to apologize to CAINE. Oh, decent timing on the chapters. I'll see you in the next one.